I just want to ask you, I mean, you've had the wheelchair now for a little while, the Portashopper, and what about the wheelchair is it that you like?
What is it about it that we like? Oh, lots of things. The first thing really is that it's now enabling my wife to go looking at shops and grocery shopping and go around places that she hasn't been doing for years.
Oh, that's great.
I suppose the reason for that is that it's portable.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Okay, so you find it easy enough to put into the car and to get it out?
Well, within reason, I can do it myself.
Yes.
I'm in my 80s.
Right.
I'm not a particularly big bloke, but
yeah.
I can do it. But what we do it together. My wife has serious problems with her back, but she can manage to lift, so she takes the light end and I take the heavier end, and we find it okay then, quite good.
Oh, that's fantastic. And once your wife's in the wheelchair, is she fairly okay with the controls? I mean,
she thinks she's wonderful.
Oh.
I have some concerns for a start with the elderly.
Yep.
But she seems to have got used to controlling it, yes, easily. We went supermarket shopping this morning and she negotiates around the things that you find in aisles on supermarkets and people with trolleys.
Okay.
And, no, she's really enjoying it. I'm not exaggerating. Enjoy is the right word. When we got home today, she said, hasn't that been great again? So it is. And I mean, the point is we do have, my wife has a scooter.
Yes, yes.
And she's used that for a few years, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
That we've used for walking and things like that.
Right.
And for going to a particular place, but this now means that she can socialise and enjoy what ladies often like doing, going places and looking at things.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I guess for you as well, having her being completely independent must be quite nice, isn't it?
Oh, it's excellent. I mean, I've been doing all the shopping
for
quite a while now, apart from odd times we shop online, but and it's now quite nice to have my wife with me. Yes, it's good.
That is absolutely great. And as regards the power of the wheelchair, do you find this sufficient on uphills and that kind of thing, Peter?
We haven't done a lot uphill, but from what we've seen, it's fine, I think. We've used it for some walking, other than just shopping centres.
Okay.
We used to use a scooter.
Right.
And I have to say that I think the scooter would be better on even ground.
Yes.
But we know that the Portashopper isn't really intended for that.
Yes, yes.
And but we did try it at the weekend in one of our favourite places to walk in Adelaide.
Okay.
And, it was fine. She really enjoyed it.
Oh.
Yes. We haven't tried it on steep hills yet. But
yes, yes.
With the power that seems to be, I mean, we're still only on the walking power.
Ah, okay.
Tried it anywhere else now, so it's been good.
Oh, that's fantastic to hear. And battery life? I mean, have you been able to go?
We have charged it twice when we could see the battery going down a little bit.
Yes.
Charge.
Okay.
So we just put it on to charge, but it isn't something that you have to do every time you go out.
Okay.
And I think we haven't tried it yet, but probably what's said in the literature that about 15 k's on a charge, I think that would probably be about right. Yeah,
that's great. So that goes far enough. And the comfort of the chair, is your wife comfortable enough in the chair?
Yes. Yes, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
She does have major problems with the lower end of her back.
Okay.
In fact, she has some cushions that she uses around the house.
Okay.
And she thinks she might try one of those, but I questioned her about that when I first got it, because again, there's fairly small wheels compared to a scooter and things like that. But on the whole, I think she's found it fine.
Oh, okay.
I think it's good. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And the build quality, have you inspected that? Does it look to your satisfaction, the welding and the joints and that kind of thing, Peter?
Yes, we did look at it. Yes.
Okay.
And, yes, it looks good.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Quality, it looks good.
Okay, and you guys are finding it easy enough to fold it up, Peter?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not. I think that as I said in an email to you, I think perhaps the position of the casters could be a little bit of a nuisance at times when you're folding it.
Yeah.
But we've got organised with that now. We don't find it a problem.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Well, it sounds like you're having great fun with the wheelchair, and it sounds like it is something worthwhile. Do you think it was worth the money in the end?
Oh yes, no doubt about it.
Okay.
It's not a cheap product.
Yes, yes.
When you compare what it does,
Yes.
compared with comparable, well, more or less comparable things, wheelchairs and scooters and such like,
Right.
I think for its purpose it's excellent. And anybody in the same position with my wife, I'm sure would find it terrific. Yes, but of course, you have to have that enough money to pay for it.
Yes,
Everything, isn't it? But I think as far as value for money is concerned, I think that's fine. Yes.
Fantastic. Now, are you looking forward to travelling maybe on aircraft and that kind of thing with it?
We have talked about this with our son in Canberra, and whether we manage to do that.
Okay.
You do mention in the literature that the battery's okay for air travel.
Yes.
And you also mention it as being carry-on luggage, but I haven't gone into that, and I wondered whether that was just the case or not.
Yeah. Well, it depends on which airline captain you get. Actually, this is a report I get from some of my clients. Some report that the captain wants them to keep the battery with him in the overhead locker. Others say they can take the whole little thing on board because it's quite small. So I think it's
in an overhead locker, though, would it?
Probably not. They'd probably start away in the cabin somewhere. You know, they've got little places for that.
If we were a little bit further on in time, we did discuss this, my wife and I, and thinking that got strong into Canberra, and we decided that when it's close to that time, we would make inquiries from airlines just to see what the situation was. Yeah.
Well, the major requirement is that the battery gets insulated, which all you need to do is unplug it, you know, with the two little plugs.
Yes, yes.
So that is the major requirement, and pretty much I think if you keep the battery in the cabin, so it's not in the cargo hold, because I think most captains would probably ask you to do that. But you wouldn't have any problems. I've had many of my clients report that they've travelled with it and it was absolutely brilliant. One last thing I want to ask you: does your wife use it in the house, Peter?
Does she use it in the house?
Yeah.
No, she uses walkers in the house.
Oh, okay.
Weird walkers.
Okay.
She has used it around our lounge area, but to any great extent.
Oh, okay.
I think she likes to walk a little bit at times.
Yes, yes.
Exercise and so.
Absolutely.
And also around the garden. She's used it around the garden.
Yeah.
But we've discussed that as well.
Okay.
In our layout and such like, and I was wondering whether I would need to alter things. But we've decided, and particularly she has, that she'd rather use the walker there, and then at least she's getting some exercise.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can get around quite small, narrow paths and this, I think it's been good.
Oh, fantastic. No, the reason why I asked is because one of my clients actually reported that if you rotate the little joystick controller just with 90 degrees, you can actually fit in underneath desks and underneath kitchen tables and dining room tables, and that.
Yes, so you have the control underneath.
Yes, yeah. Well, you just swing it around so that the control. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Peter. I really appreciate your time.
What my wife does, we have been for coffee and that.
Yeah.
On occasion she stayed in the chair, but it's sort of parked a little bit sideways. But normally she can get out of the chair and sit on the normal chair. So.
Okay.
That's what we've done usually.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it, and I'm very happy I'm glad that you're enjoying the chair.
We saw it. Because we were looking for something that we could transport more easily than a scooter, and that was terrific, yes.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Peter. I totally appreciate that. And all the best. I'll call you again. All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.